What's up, dudes? Chooch out here on the VSETT 10 Plus, giving y'all my initial review on this thing. And guys, this is my second charge on this thing, and I am absolutely in love with this thing. And it has just brought back all the memories of racing on two wheels. I used to race dirt bikes, guys, and this just immediately, as soon as I kind of figured out the dynamics of it and how you needed to corner on it and basically where to distribute your weight and whatnot, because it's kind of weird, and it's just weird because I've never rode an electric scooter in my entire life before getting on this. So this is literally the second charge ever, and it was pretty much like 5 minutes into the second charge when I really got it down, and it was like, okay, this thing is amazing. I figured out how to ride it very well, and the cornering is something I got down, something I still haven't gotten quite comfortable yet with, is the braking. The hydraulic braking is just really touchy. I need to adjust that. But other than that, guys, it is absolutely phenomenal how this thing rides, and it just is due to the suspension of it. And what amazes me is the suspension on this scooter and how small the wheels are, and then how smooth it rides, and it is all because of the suspension, guys. And there's no other way you could have something as heavy as this thing and with this small of wheels that rode this smooth if the suspension wasn't good. And so it just proves, man, you got to have good suspension on these scooters, and this one has it. And it just, man, it floats down the road. And once you get comfortable on it, you can really use the suspension to your advantage to corner with, to really compress the suspension in your corners and power into them and power out of them, and really lean this thing. And basically, once you get it down, you never turn the handlebars at all. You're basically just leaning and using the suspension to your advantage to get to where you need to go. And this thing shreds, man. It is so much fun. And I can get it to about 48 miles an hour, 48 and 49. I have not gotten it to where that speedometer reads exactly 50. But 48 and 49, I can get consecutively, even with like half battery on this thing left. So it's fast, and I would honestly, if it went any faster than this, I would want some sort of steering dampener on it. But in all honesty, guys, I really wasn't expecting this thing to be as fun as it is. So if y'all are watching this and y'all are just looking at it because you're curious about e-scooters and everything, I've been riding electric unicycles, guys, for 7 years, and I've never touched an e-scooter. And I've rode very few electric skateboards and everything in between, and so I've really been just kind of on one platform, which is the electric unicycle. But I've always looked at these, and I've always been like just amazed by the speeds of these scooters. And then also, like, now they're getting to be really quite affordable with this incredible suspension like you see on this one. That hydraulic coil suspension is my favorite design. It literally is so plush, guys. The way it grooves down the road is just awesome. I wouldn't even want, like on the VSETT V11, it has like the fork suspension, kind of like a motorcycle. I really like this suspension, this little like coil suspension that's in the swing arm. It works so good, guys. It really does. And I feel like it's like loosened up, like ever since, like after putting like 40 miles on it or so, this suspension has just gotten loose and feels so good. It's like the break-in period of it. But I love it, guys. And if y'all are wondering about the hand guards I put on this, guys, these are $20 hand guards I got on Amazon. And I just put them, I was like, what does this thing need? I saw it, I immediately was like, okay, this thing needs bark busters on it. Because I used to race off-road in the woods on motorcycles. And so I was like, it'll look so good with a pair of bark busters. And also, if I crash into anything, hit a wall, hit a tree, whenever I put the off-road tires on this, what that does is it protects your hand from smashing into that object and breaking your fingers. And I could see that happening with a scooter like this. It goes so fast, and especially with my plan to ride it in the woods, trail riding. So I'll have a video of how to install these coming up, and all my other accessories, like with the speaker I put on there. And I got a light set up on this thing, which is absolutely insane, and you can take it on and off easily. That's what that dryer vent bracket is up on top. But I have a 14,000 lumen headlight set up that is just ridiculous, guys. It is 10 times brighter than every car headlight. It is so cool, and I'll show y'all a video on that soon. But the hand guards turned out way better than I thought, and like for $20, dude, you cannot beat it. And they are solidly in there, and it clamped down perfect. So I can't complain about that. I'm glad it worked out because I really wanted hand guards on my scooter. I'd envisioned that like years ago. Whenever I was like, all right, whenever I get a scooter, it's definitely getting some hand guards on it like this. And then on the front right there, the number plate just fit perfectly on the front of that bag, and it just was like meant to be, dude. And I just used like a washer and bolt, and it clipped off an old number plate of like a CRF 50 dirt bike and put that on there. And then you see my Bluetooth speaker, that right there is just, I used 2 dryer vent brackets to hook a JBL Flip 5 to the front of it right there, and it doesn't affect the steering or anything. It's perfect, and I can hear it. It keeps it out of the mud. So there's a lot of little things I've already figured out on this scooter, and I love it, guys. It is so much fun. I never thought an electric scooter would be this much fun. One thing you gotta have though, guys, is you gotta get 2 chargers on it because it is slow to charge. I'll be straight up with you. That's the one thing I hate about it, because I want to go ride it more. I was so excited and having so much fun on it. I was pissed off because I can't charge it any faster than having the 1 charger. So I definitely got to get another charger, guys, to be able to charge it with 2 chargers at the same time. Because that's the one thing, you're gonna want to ride this thing. It's gonna be so much fun, and then like you can only get in 1 ride a day because it charges so slow with that 1 charger it has. So you definitely got to buy another charger. I mean, hands down. If you want to get in 2 full rides a day, when you first get this, you got to have 2 chargers going, and then go for a ride early in the morning, come back, charge, put 2 chargers on, and then you can go back for a ride in the afternoon. But it's sick, guys. Some stats on the VSETT. This thing is 79 pounds, guys. It is quite big, but it's a happy medium. It's not too much of a dainty scooter like one of the little 9-bot scooters that doesn't do anything. It's like just like a hazard. It has no suspension or anything like that. It's not like that at all. And then it's not like something like a Dualtron where it's just ridiculous, like over 100 pounds. This is a happy medium where it's still portable, but it's still fast, has all the features there to actually not suck. Like this thing is, you can go over potholes, hit jumps, take it off road, ride it through snow. I've given this thing hell in the 2 charges I've rode it so far, and it's held up great. It has front and rear turn signals on it. It'll go 52 miles if you're just going slow at like 15 miles per hour. But that is not what I've gotten out of it, guys. So I was getting like 40 miles out of it. So out of just like shredding around on it quick. Like literally like, I think like 35 to 40 miles like from our first rides. And that's just with dual motors on, with the sport mode on, just gassing it everywhere, just squealing tires, gassing it, wheeling, everything like that. You can expect probably like 35 miles if you're just giving it total hell, which is still pretty good, guys. Because I mean, when you're gassing this thing and on it like that, you are just using power. When you're just grabbing all the throttle there and hitting wheelies and boosting off the stuff and everything in between, it's a ton of fun, and you can definitely get way more range if you just chill out, put it on the single drive mode, and just cruise easy. But if you want to have a ton of fun with it and just shred, yeah, it'll suck down the battery just like on anything else electric. It'll suck it down real quick. I mean, it's just, and that's how it is with anything, guys. With anything electric out there, that's the one thing about the electric unicycles, though. Why the electric unicycles get so much range is there's no way to really like. You got to be, even though you can really go fast on the electric unicycles and really send it on those, the dynamics of it make it to where you're not like squealing tires and braking extremely, extremely hard. It's kind of like a gradual thing, even for the hardest riders out there, is still working with the machine, if that makes sense, on an electric unicycle, as opposed to skidding tires and like wheeling and braking and all that type of stuff with electric skateboards and e-scooters. I think the efficiency department on the unicycles is just way higher due to the dynamics of the way they work. With the scooters though, a good thing about it is you got that whole deck there to put all the batteries in. And so you can get an extreme amount of batteries in this thing without it really feeling too heavy or being awkward. So, I mean, that's one thing I love about it. And the stance too on this thing is awesome. It took a while to figure out a perfect stance, but I like my left foot forward right there where you see it, and then my back one is directly on that kicktail as far back as you can get it. And then I pretty much keep all my weight on the back, honestly, unless I'm cornering. And so like on my straightaways, I keep all my weight on the back, and then whenever I'm cornering, I put all my weight on my front foot. And it took a little while to figure that out too, you know, like anything. And then also whenever I'm slowing down, I lean back, just because I mean, you see how fast this thing is going. If you just slam on brakes, it's going to sling you forward over the handlebars. So I kind of do the same type of gestures that I do on the unicycle, just with a little bit different stance, honestly. You see, get rowdy here about to bust ass, take out the parking structure. Oh man, things a good time, dude. This was whenever I realized like how good this thing actually was. I got on this dirt road and I was expecting, okay, I could probably cruise, you know, maybe like 30 miles an hour. I was ripping 47, 48 miles an hour on like just straight washboard, guys. You see, if you've actually rode down a dirt road like this in a car, it is so bumpy. But these little wheels with that suspension, I mean, they were working. That suspension was going to work, but dude, it was rolling 47 across a washboard dirt road. And that is awesome. And that is with the street tires. I haven't even put on the off-road tires yet. And that right there was just like me realizing, okay, this thing's legit. This thing's actually legit. Anyways, dudes, if y'all want to pick up one of these bad boys, hit that link below, or either go to revrides.com and type in the code capital C and then lowercase HOOCH 50 all together, Chooch 50 all together, and it'll give you a discount, and it helps me out a little bit, and I greatly appreciate it. This daggum thing needs to charge back up so I can get back out there and go ride, dude. This thing is fun, man. Remember, in order to get your discount, first letter of Chooch is capital C, all the rest is lowercase, HOOCH, Chooch 50 all together, or either click the link below that takes you to Rev Rides to receive your discount. Anyways, ride safe, ride smart, wear your gear, and have fun.